welcome to Planetized Widnes for this first game on Drop the Puck for the first one of this season. Our ninth, Ben. Already 9 seasons. Where's the time gone?
Yeah, it seems unbelievable, but yeah, 9 seasons, and we're back again this season, bringing you all the Widnes Wild League home games here on Drop the Puck Live. So thank you for purchasing a ticket and come along for the ride.
Oh, well, yeah, it will be a ride as well. Ben, a couple of games have already been played so far in the league, and interestingly, some really, I think teams are still trying to find themselves out, because as it currently stands with the league table, Sharks at the top, as we kind of expected, Warriors in second place, right behind them. And today, they're here, they've made the trip down to play the Widnes Wild.
Yeah, so the Solway, top of the table, isn't to be surprised. They walked away Northern Conference winners last season, walking away that weekend, which we saw, the IHL Final Four. Coming to today, though, we know the Warriors travel well. They travel well with their supporters as well. The Road Warriors always make the trip, show good support, whatever rink they're at. But without a few key players today as well, and I think that could make a difference.
Well, you say that. There's a few key players missing for Widnes as well, though.
There is, so we'll have a quick look over first time at the Whitley bench, and straight away the names for me that are missing: Dean Holland, Adam Woods. They're big names that have been very prolific recently for the Warriors, putting the points on the board, making themselves known on the ice. However, you say names missing as well for the Wild. Mike Gilbert's not icing today. Danny Hyde's still suffering that injury. Tom Jackson serving his match ban.
Well, could they be costly for Widnes, because they took Whitley quite close when they were up at their barn recently?
They did. I think, if I'm right, it was literally a goal in it with 4-3 Warriors. But, how many times do we have to say the Wild rink feels a little bit different to all the others, so you've got to adapt your play style.
Well, you certainly have. Well, going into this weekend, we've got some interesting fixtures lined up. Anyway, the rest of the league, you've got Nottingham Lions are taking on the Blackburn Hawks.
Yeah, obviously you'll be able to watch that game free on YouTube later on.
Yeah, of course, got Billingham Stars against Solway Sharks. Interesting one that should be.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
And of course, Solihull Barons are taking on the Sheffield Scimitars.
Yeah, that bottom of the table battle at the moment, both wanting to get out the basement.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes. The players start to come out to the ice, but with that, Ben, a big turnout today for Widnes. They're really eager for this first game of the season. Yeah,
they want to get points on the board. They had a very good season last season. Their first outing in the Morley, they did what they wanted to do. Narrowly missed out on the on the playoff championships and stuff. However, they've retained a few of those key players and have brought them over to this season, and they're going to see what they can do with them. There's a few big names that are on ice in this season for the Wild, Volkanov's being one of them. So can they recover from Vlad's leaving?
Of course, off the ice, been a few changes as well, hasn't there?
There has. So obviously now, general manager of the Wild is John Anderson. Great guy, stepped in. We are sorry to see Wes step down again. Big follower of Drop the Puck, so Wes, cheers, mate.
Bye, Wes.
But it's a new look, new faces, new era here at the Wild.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they carry on their form the way they did last year. They were a bit slow to start, and then they got going a bit later on. But, it's one of the difficult ones. Whitley are a team that are always tough.
Well, with that, Gary, I think it's time to go down to the ice and national anthems.
Well, the official dropping of the puck there between the two captains. There you go. Did he just drop the puck?
I believe he did, yeah. Obviously, Sean Kipping wearing the C today in place of Dean Holland for Whitley. And Bez Hughes will be wearing the C for the Widnes Wild. as we just go through some official presentation.
It's a shirt of each team in their team colours. The players and the fans give them a nice round of applause. Ben, interesting to see so many fans here, eh?
It is. It's great to be back. Hockey once again. And
It's been too long.
I just can't wait for this season, to say the least. With the anthems out the way, it's time to play.
I haven't heard that for a while.
It feels good to say that again, Gary. Trust me. And here we go with some hockey.
Well, gotta say, Whitley looking really good at the moment.
Yeah, starting netminder in between the pipes, Josh Crane. Crane having an outstanding start of the season. It was only that Solway offensive of Scott Henderson and those guys that were able to put the puck past him, really. But ultimately, Whitley have come strong. They've brought numbers. They won't roll over today, and they're going to want to make an assault on that top spot.
Yeah, Captain Sean Kippen will make sure. But on the other hand, Ben...
Obviously, Miles Finney's going to take the pipes here for the Wild. Finney stepping in this year in replace of last year's netminder, whose name escapes me briefly. Of course, Harrison Walker, yes. And as you know, it's been a good building again in the off-season for the Wild. New shirts, which look rather pucker, I might say. But I'll tell you what, they want to put a performance on as good as those shirts look. Should I say that at least?
Well, be interested to see. But with that, we've got a I'm just going to say, who are the officials for today, Ben?
So, wearing the stripes for us, head referee is going to be Ray Orms, his linesman Tom Horner, and to-do's Collars.
Team stripes.
Yes, one of the new referees.
So,
this being our fair stream guys as well for the Wild. So, please leave us some feedback via our Twitter. You'll be able to catch us at BASN TV. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also you'll be able to check out the free highlight show that goes out on Friday evening on our YouTube as well.
Ooh, nice.
As the starting lineups head to the ice, looks like it's going to be Coulter who's going to go up first. So Coulter and Edgar are starting forwards. And with that, the puck's dropped and we are off. Hockey is a go from Widnes as the Warriors immediately look to throw that forward, but it's snuffed out by the Wild. Good recovery by Edgar. Cycles back. He's going to see what he can get out of this little bit of D2D. Good pass up to Kippen on the wing. Looks to go inside to find Edgar in the middle. A little bit too much on it. It's going to be scooped up by Edwards and turned back the other way. Hopkins puts a pursuit on. Kippen feeds it forward once more. Inside, big shot early. Finney sees that one.
Testing him early.
Works all the way back round. Coulter putting the pressure on McDonald. Finlayson, however, able to scoop that out. Finds Queenan. Queenan throws it forward. Finlayson's going to chase it down. Murray's there and pursuit. Into the corner, find it. Top of the slot, Queenan, great shot, but plenty of vision there from Finney. Turns that around and some good early pressure from the Warriors here, Gary.
Yeah. Fraser there, very keen, chasing down the puck quite quickly, putting a bit of pressure on that defence.
Puck dumped down onto the net of Crane. Lewis is going to get there first, so scoop that out. Armstrong straight down on him, applying the forward check. Quickly played up to Ord. Ord down that right wing, looks to get round Hughes. Hughes turns him round in the corner. Hager now on the ice for the Wild. Thrown forward, chased down again by Giuseppe. Adam Giuseppe did ice last night for the Hull Seahawks as well, so 2 days of hockey. Will that come to pay dividends later as he's managed to pinch the pocket, puts it out in front. Shot comes in, but it was deflected away by Ord and diffused, and Warriors are going to try and use this to counter-attack with Douglas. Douglas down the left. Good poke check by, that was Rich Hager there. Finishes it up on the board again, and Lewis Crisp was the one feeling that one. Just over 2 minutes now played here, and we've not had a stoppage yet, Gary. Very long shift for those lads.
Yeah, it's feisty though, I must admit.
Started off with some pace, and that's what the Wild were known for doing last season. However, good shot in comes from the left side of the camera as well, looking at it from Chalmers. Again, good recycling by the Warriors. Look to go inside. Wild call to the defensive duties. Trying to clear the zone. Managed to do so.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to be a foot race between Reynolds and Ross. Ross gets there first, and Reynolds goes hard into the board. Wyatt now in support. Dugout for Britain. Gets it down into the face-off circle.
Oh, well, course out.
At 6s and 7s, and it's going to be the Wild to finally get a grip of this one. They're going to dump it in, both go for a quick change.
Yeah, Wild have got to try and get some sort of momentum here. At the moment, they just seem to be chasing the Warriors around.
Puck deflected away into the corner. Turning up ice we go with Coulter. Dumps it off the boards out in front of the bench. Crane comfortable enough for that one.
Ooh.
Harley turns it away. Finlinson on a dime, spins, finds Edgar, giving away to Edwards. Edwards.
Well, he's left too long on that, has he?
Fraser, great pursuit, but Edwards has managed to make something of it as he gets over into the zone. Gets a shot off. Spilt up by Crane uncharacteristically.
Well, unlucky there.
And early signs of the Wild baring their teeth.
Yeah, Edwards very keen there to try and get that puck on goal.
Great start if you're a Wild fan. Not a bad start either if you're a Warriors fan. And we hope you're enjoying this game wherever you may be. At home, at work, in the pub.
Why would you be in the pub? You'd want to come watch this, wouldn't you?
Face-off is going to be right-hand side of Finning. Face-off taken quickly. Good effort put in through traffic and steered away once more by the Wild. Warriors not done yet. Put it into the corner. Murray's going to be the one there that jumps on that loose puck. Play kept alive very much so by Grigors. Puts another shot in. Douglas recycles that in the corner. Kipping. Stabbing at the puck in the corner with Murray. Coulter manages to get it out to Edwards once more. He looks up ice. Good play by the Warriors there, screening his possibility and turning the puck over. However, Wild have recovered once more through the middle. Coulter tries to knock it on. Great defensive work by the Warriors. Coulter. Big hit on the near side. Grigors flattening Edwards. Reese Edwards with his cage on. Still a young lad, but I'll tell you what, he's going to get some experience out of this. Kipping, lovely little drop pass. Looks to go inside. Fanned on the pass through to the crease. Recovered once more by the Wild. Hager couldn't get the touch on. And Grigor's just going to snub everything out there and slow things down as Warriors look to get something set up. Great forecheck pressure though from Hager. Hager and Armstrong circling in the zone. Chalmers through the middle, trying to find Fraser. And that's going to be an icing call there. 14:31 remaining in this first period. Both teams still feeling each other out, Gary.
Yeah, a bit feisty start, but you can see the Warriors just starting to settle down a little bit now and look for those stretch passes there. But luckily, a little bit too far for Fraser to get onto, and the Wild survived that lot.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, both Miles Finney and Josh Crane looking in form tonight.
Yeah.
Both reacting well to those early shots. As Fraser's going to pursue his man all the way back in the form of...
He's got some pace, hasn't he?
He has, Jake Meehan. Meehan getting some ice time for the Wild seniors.
Whoa, picked out.
Shot comes through over the bar of Finney, and he's comfortable with that one. Wyatt turns round, fights along out in front of his bench, turn back. Finlayson again, puts it across and through. It's a dangerous puck. And the Wild have done enough to make sure that sails through with no issues.
Yeah.
They're not over yet. Harley into the corner.
And again.
Well, back to the point. Top of the slot. Ross there, Kyle Ross with a not so much of a forceful backhand shot on, but I think it was more to see who could get a stab on it. Now Edgar. Williamson gets over there. They've done enough. And Wyatt puts the body on. Kemp is going to pick that up. Dump it in. Crane out of his net, shuts that off. Scooped up by the Warriors under pressure, however.
Yeah, they saw that Kemp had just gone off the ice, or gone down. Yeah, he'd gone off the ice, and they thought they saw an opportunity. But unfortunately, Wild had it covered.
Wild now trying to clear the zone once more as Queenan puts that in for the Warriors. Turned out by Wild. Evans to Hopkins.
Nice.
Edwards. Coulter couldn't quite connect on that. And that's going to be a tripping call.
Yeah, on Coulter, is it?
It is. So we're going to get a little bit of 6 on 5 for the minute. Delay penalty call. Kipping. You can just see now this is where the experience and the game management of the Warriors comes into play. Chalmers. They've worked it well into the zone. Puts it through the middle. Touched up finally by the Wild. And that's going to be the call on Coulter.
Well, first penalty of the night. And already it's a Widnes Wild player heading to the box.
So in the Fresco penalty box, Joe Coulter is going to sit 2 minutes for tripping.
It's environmentally friendly penalty box, that I must say.
It's more of a sin bin, Gary, you know. So Coulter in the bin for 2 minutes. 12:28 remaining in the first period. Face-off dugout won by the Warriors as they look to set up now. Harley works it round. Ross, plenty of space. Takes his time. Again, work round, Kipping. Through the middle, trying to find Jamie Ord out in front.
Yeah.
Plenty of opportunity. Ross takes a shot off the blocker, up and over. Edgar in the corner. Big shot in from Harley. Right down the middle.
Keeping the pressure on.
And Harry Harley has been putting them away this season already. He's certainly one that the Wild need to make sure they know where he is at all times. But they've turned the puck over, given an opportunity to Jesko. Takes a shot and snatched out the air by Crane.
Well, that was quite good. The way that was a little breakaway there. Mistake from the Warriors. And it's the Wild that managed to put the Warriors net under a little bit of pressure, but well saved.
Yeah, Adam Jesko there trying to make that count. Fraser and Britton in for the draw. Goes back to Chalmers. And the Warriors look to set up once more in this power play. Find Grigors out on the wing, all open. Box formation. Chalmers once more. Steve Chalmers, an absolute rocket.
One-timer, there it was. You see, he picks the puck up just by the blue line there and straight down the middle between the Wild players in the defence, straight past the netminder, and it's now Widnes Wild 0, Whitley Warriors 1.
Well, 11:26 remaining in this first period, and it's the Warriors who get the first blow. As we just sort out our technical issues quickly. Face off, back underway. Kemp dumps that forward. And immediately Coulter bearing down on the net. Tries to dig that out. Grigors digs it out for Queenan. Queenan only finds Edwards. Edwards tries to get it around to Wilkinson. Fraser's there, turns it back. Edwards looking to find in the middle. Just meets the traffic of the Whitley defence. Good direction And here come Whitley once more. Finlayson, big stretch pass, easily picked up by Edwards. Throws that round as we go back to the 5-on-5 after that penalty. Wild looking to play it out. Caught up in the skate of his teammate. Fraser sees an opportunity and Finney called into action once more. Great blocker save.
Well, he's got to keep his head on a swivel tonight after that shot from Chalmers.
And he's giving it up. Kipping. Thank you very much. Takes the shot. Good leg pad save. However, you cannot be doing that, especially to the likes of Sean Kipping.
No,
he'll eat them up.
Yeah, he'll make you pay if you leave him scraps like that. Any loose change, he's going to have it.
Edwards. And we've got a little bit of a call coming.
Yeah, it looks like is it the goals off?
Yeah, the net's off its moorings, I think, so they're just going to fix that now.
A little bit of super glue. There you go.
Make sure them pegs are in the ice. 10-14 remaining in the first period. Whitley Warriors 1, Widnes Wild 0.
Well,
not the start Richard Hagger would have wanted for his boys.
I was just about to say that, Ben.
Hagger and Egger go in for the face-off, and it's once again won by the Warriors. Thrown forward. Good reading of the play. Wild tried to turn that round. Harley again finds Hagger though. Giuseppe puts it forward for Hagger. Hagger looking for the redirect out in front. Warriors now needing to clear. Phil Edgar decides to use his defenseman, create a little bit of space. Through the middle, and those big, through the gut stretch passes are going to kill Widnes unless he can shut them off.
Surely they should be trying to scrape those up and try and make some sort of attack.
Thrown forward once more. Edgar dispossessed, turned around by the Wild. Can only make it as far as the halfway. Kyle Ross again.
Whoa,
that's going to be offside.
Yeah.
Dragged that over a little bit too early. Going back the other way, 9:18 remaining in the period.
Is it me, Ben, or does it look like Wild are just taking a little bit longer to settle into this a bit?
It does. It's the first outing on home ice this season. And you know where it's always like, Gary? They had a pre-season friendly against the Sutton Sting, but challenge games aren't like league games, are they? You tend to try things out pre-season. Warriors again, good shot off the blocker of Finney, and again.
Oh, and again, oh my God.
And again, the Warriors are queuing up to take shots here. That was Ord with the last shot.
Be nice if the defense stepped in a little bit.
Well, it would, wouldn't it? Played away, back round the other side by Alex Mitchell. Williamson, under pressure. Has to go wide to try and clear it. Good little play. Bit of space, and they finally clear the zone. Knocked forward by Wyatt. Chased down into the corner.
Oh!
Big body on. That was Lewis on. Reynolds. Of Kipping behind his net, looking where can he go.
And Reynolds has been feeling the force a little bit tonight.
Fraser is going to chase that in. Kemp's going to get there first. Shut the door on him and slam him into the boards. Still, Lee Kemp for the Wild. As we go into the corner once more, dugout. Kipping tried to drag it round. It's going to be dumped down for an icing call.
Yeah,
tried to go for a change, but unfortunately that's going to get dragged back. 8 minutes 6 left in the period.
Yeah, it's quite snazzy, them shirts on the Widnes Wild. I like them. Saying that, I like all the team shirts. They're all good.
Well, I was about to say, the thing about the Warriors shirt is it always looks clean.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I like the smart style they always go for.
It's that white, isn't it?
However, action back underway. Wild, find a bit of space, knock forward. Reynolds decides to chip it in. Harley snubs that out. McDonald doesn't let that run. Edgar turns it over for Hopkins. Hopkins trying to find a way on the board. Coulter couldn't keep it. Chalmers passes to Kipping. Kipping and Chalmers. Good shot in from Kipping as he sails over the bar. Still, he's allowed to get that shot off. Plenty of time. Coulter. Throwing back the other way off the leg pads. Kipping turns up ice. Dumps it off the bench boards. Immediately picked up
by Douglas, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and shot, oh.
They've managed to recover it, Douglas still. He's lost his footing. Goes down. Wild into the corner, desperately trying to clear it. See a small corridor, and they've managed to squeeze the puck down there, and that's going to be another icing call.
Yeah, I noticed that there's, when Wild are going up into the Whitley end of the ice, 4 defensive players for Whitley. They shut down everything. And Kipping's on the far side there, on his own all the time, looking for that stretch, waiting to pounce on an empty net.
Well, Kipping's been around the league a fair bit, and it's fair to say he knows how to skate against certain teams. Has he got the read of Widnes early on?
Yeah, Wild have got to be careful.
As 2 players are brought down there, Grigors one, Hopkins the other. Fraser now behind the Wild net. Into the corner, Queenan tries to dig it out. Battling shoes, and it's going to be cleared away by the Wild.
A quick line change by the Wild. Oh, and it's Fraser again, he's in there. Oh.
Shot on, deflected away for Armstrong. Armstrong going to try and clear that, only makes it as far as Douglas. Good little manoeuvre, and 2 players brought down. Giuseppe brought down there. Cries from a tripping call from the Widnes fans.
Nope.
Hager puts it back through the middle again. Scooped up by Grigors, and up the ice he goes with the puck. Finds Kipping.
Yeah,
that
there he is
overlapping.
again.
Alex Mitchell can't do anything. Hughes.
Oh!
Shot out front, off the leg pad.
Oh.
Finney does enough to clear it away. Back out into danger zone
And
now.
again.
And
Oh.
again, sweeping away. Great save, Miles Finney. And here come the Wild. Giuseppe does well to get round his man. Puts it through the middle. Hager holds, shoots.
Oh.
Off the bar. And it's the best opportunity we've seen from Widnes so far.
Yeah, nice little drag, and puts it back across the face of goal. Haggard looking to slot it home. No joy though.
Crisp knocks it on, and you can tell the intensity stepped up towards the end of this first period, Gary.
Yeah, with 5:18 remaining in this first period.
Douglas into the corner, looks to try and work something out past Hager. Hager, good pressure on him. He's managed to get it out to Ward though. Ward takes a shot and makes them pay. Jamie Ord.
Yeah, straight away. The puck comes round the back of the net. It's fed out to him, and he's just sitting there waiting, and fires it home from the point. And it's now extended the lead here at Planetize Widnes. It's now Whitley Warriors 2, Widnes Wild 0.
Well, it's going to be a change of talk now in the locker room in that period break. 1 goal, okay, you're still mildly in it. 2 goals, however, the hill's starting to get steep in that climb.
Yeah, they've got to close it down. Those loose pucks around the front. There was nobody there really. He had an open shot on goal.
McDonald, back for the Warriors. Britton scoops it up, throws it round. Wild trying to work the puck out the zone. Managed to get it as far as centre ice before Warriors regain possession. And there's that big dump up again.
Yeah. And again, it's Kipping that's going his first down there.
Williamson. Thrown forward, Evans. Puts it on net. Reese Edwards attempting a shot there. Crane managed to get a save on it. Murray's going to be under the pressure of Chalmers, and the referee's just going to let that one roll for the icing. We're going back down to the Warrior zone. 4:11 remaining in the first period.
Well, it's been an interesting first period, I must say. Warriors have settled in really well. Wild looking a little bit shaky at defence.
Straight back to Callum Ruddock, takes a shot, sails over the bar from the point. Kipping's going to scoop that up past Edwards though. No, Edwards puts a good effort in.
No.
Kipping manages to get it back, sends it to McDonald. Thrown forward again, Kipping knocks on. Good defensive play. And the Wild albeit a little bit scrappy, but they managed to do what they need to do and kick it away. Murray now tried to clear it around the boards. Kept alive by Ord. Edwards again. McDonald straight over there, stopping the Wild, clearing the zone, just allowing them Whitley defenders to creep up onto the blue and start setting up in the offensive position.
Yeah, and there's a whistle.
Lose vision of the puck.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of that lately in a few games, Ben, where the officials have, if the puck doesn't seem to be moving off the boards and it's trapped, and they're tending to blow for them now.
Yeah, I think it's part of they're trying to diffuse all those situations, you know, the aggravation and the fights and things, so it kind of carried over from the COVID protocols as well.
Look.
As Warriors again, all the way around. Finney caught loose there. Was full splay at one point on the ice. Edgar stops that clearance, throws it back in, and this is a rough few minutes for the Wild. Can they weather the storm of Whitley? Hughes. Wild again, another shot come in. That was from Harley this time. Finlayson looked for the redirect. Finney takes a big breath and just gets his head down in time to see that. Warriors still keeping this alive in the Widnes defensive zone. Another shot in off the leg pads of a player. Wild starting to come to the aid now of Finney. Kipping all the time in the world. And he's only found the glove of Finney there.
That looked like a half-hearted shot to me from Kipping.
Harley, that was a poor clearance by Giuseppe. He's turned the puck over.
And already they're under pressure.
Well, here comes Giuseppe. He's made up for his mistake. Puts it across. Couldn't quite get enough on it. And that was Reynolds in the middle. But that's going to be snatched up by Crane as he sees the puck for the first time in a few minutes.
Yeah, Reynolds, the puck was just a little bit too far for him then. But nice to see the puck down this end of the ice for a change.
Coulter on the spot. Against Kipping. Goes the way of the Wild. A little bit too much sauce on it. Britton couldn't reel it in. Williamson. Off the boards again. Out. Back recovered by the Warriors. And that is the tail of this first period, Gary.
Yeah.
Warriors first to the puck every time.
It's very scrappy.
Britton loses edge, goes down. And look at the amount of time that Gregor's had there to choose where to put that puck.
Well, Kemp getting a little bit feisty there.
Well, it's Lee Kemp, Gary. He only has 2 modes.
And Douglas is putting the hits in as he's going round.
Bodies starting to go on, physicality starting to step up as we're in a minute and a half remaining in this first period, and it's Whitley who've been in command of this game. They've been banging the drum and forcing Widnes to dance to their beat.
You saw that late, I must admit. Right in front of the net there. It's just trying to make out what that is. Is that?
Well, Miles Finney he's being called into action certainly more than I think he'd like to be.
Yeah, it was Matthew Bentham, is it there? Or
yep,
Bentham, yeah. He was camped right in front of Finley, yeah.
Face off, left-hand side of your screens, right-hand side of Finney. Again, another shot in, and Ruddock's called to the rescue to clear it. Williamson lets it run. Harley's going to get there first, so under pressure, Giuseppe. Haggart tries to help instead. It's allowed the man free. So final minute now as Edgar gains his own. Gets around his man. Good effort by Ruddock all the way. Williamson gets enough of a stick in. Hopkins as well is there. Murray. You see Whitley trying to work something in. It was great play.
Waving the wand in front of the...
Well, it was Edgar there that dragged it in. Tried to scrape it round the leg pads of Finney. However, Wild managed to weather it out, and there's an offside. 27 seconds remain in this first period.
It's amazing how the Wild are allowing these Warriors to get so close into the blue paint area with that puck. Haggart's going to have to have words in the period break.
So face-off will be in the Warrior zone, right-hand side of Josh Crane. Won by the Wild as he throw it in. Giuseco's going to try and get to the corner. Good work by Ross as he brings him down.
And
found
again.
Chalmers. He's got a lot of work to do, no support, and the Wild managed to crowd him out and turn that one around. Kipping, he's going to gain control of that, gets back.
Yeah, they're just going to run this clock
Good
out
body
now.
on by Giuseco, and is it too little too late in the first period for the Wild? Crane comes flying out of his net.
Oh my goodness.
0.5 of a second left.
Is it worth it?
Well, that could have been Gary, it could have changed the team talk.
It could have.
However, as it stands now, it's going to be this puck drop, and that's going to be the buzzer, I think. And there goes your buzzer. What a first period that's been. Certainly end-to-end action, but it seems like the Wild are struggling to get out that first gear.
Yeah, they are struggling a bit. They're being bullied a lot by the Whitley Warriors, and we know they come to play a hard game anywhere they go.
Certainly, it looks like
definitely giving them a game here.
It looks like they're trying to get the damage done early.
Yeah.
Will the Wild be able to sustain anything and get back into the game in the second period? We can find out right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck. Welcome back for this second period of action, and well, Gary, I can say it's going to have been interesting to have been a fly on the wall in the Widnes dressing room there for that one.
Yeah, I would have said so. Rich Hagger's certainly got to have some words in that, because they looked a little bit lackadaisy in that first period, Ben, and I was going to say Whitley just looked like they were constantly putting the pressure on. They seem to have the measure of them. Maybe that game that they played up at Whitley, the Warriors seem to think that they've got this already, maybe.
Well, you know, the Warriors probably use that to blow the cobwebs out. And let's look at the run the Warriors have been on. So they opened their season with a 2-1 win at home against Nottingham Lions. They then saw the Widnes Wild off 4-3 at the home barn. It was the Solway one that killed them. Now, the 5-2 defeat to Solway, travelled to the Dumfries Ice Bowl, is where they took their first defeat of the season, and then travelled to Solihull and turned the Barons over 4-2 in their barn. So, as it stands at the moment, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Wild have only had 2 games prior to this, the Warriors being one of them, and Nottingham last week.
Yeah, that's the thing, you see. I mean, those scores as well that Whitley have put against the other teams are not the kind of scores we saw last season. So it is a different kind of team. But is it that they're just not the same, or that the other teams have edged up a bit?
I think it's a little all round. You know, there's not much change happened at Whitley, but there really didn't need to be. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they put a good contention on against Solway. I think the question is, Solway, it's up to them to stumble and lose it and give an opportunity to Whitley. However, that's taking nothing away from any of the rest of the teams in the league. As we've already said, on paper is one thing, on the night is another. As we get ready to drop the puck in this second period.
Let's see if the Wilds could come out the blocks a bit quicker on this one.
Official just checking the goal lights and the judges, and we're all the way. Edgar and Coulter in the face-off, and it goes the way of Whitley, and this could be the start of the period.
Let's see if Wild could get on the scoreboard.
Early on into the corner, Hopkins driving away, trying to dig out the puck, Kipping in there as well, Edwards. That's going to be blown dead early. 20 seconds gone in this first period. Don't forget, guys, as I said earlier, you will be able to leave your feedback about the streams on our Twitter at the BASN TV, on our Facebook page, Drop the Puck. and on Instagram as well. And also check out the highlight show on YouTube every Friday evening. BASN TV on YouTube. Action back underway. Whitley trying to clear it out, dumped back in once more by Widnes, and Widnes, I don't know whether I'm seeing things, but they look like they're just putting a little more effort into the skating at the moment.
Well, they certainly need to.
Coulter couldn't quite cut that out. And it's another
again.
Stretch pass to find a man around the back. Murray does enough to put Fraser off, and he couldn't reel that one in. Turned back away. Edwards under pressure early on. Given away to Grigors. Grigors finds plenty of space through the middle. Finlinson, far side, dumps it around the boards again. Only to be cut out by Ruddock. Ruddock finds Murray. Fans on the pass, sends it back to Ruddock. And you can see the plan there. Try and draw the 3-4 checkers in and play round the back. However, didn't quite pay off as the Warriors look to go again. Knocked forward by Ord. Chased down by Crisp. Crisp gets the body on from Hughes. Ord into the corner once more. Another body on Hager, putting it on this time.
A little bit more aggression from the Wild.
Armstrong's going to chase that one down. Lewis does well, goes round the net, gives himself some space, plays it off. Crisp. Well, good little poke check there by the Wild, and they've turned it over. Giuseco's got an opportunity, and Crane sees his first sight of rubber in the second period. 18-17 remaining, you see again on the replay there, Gary.
Yeah, the Whitley Warriors seem to be caught on the hop a little bit there. Wild picking up the puck, slamming it home, but it's not into the back of the net, it's into the chest of the Whitley netminder.
Face-off will be right-hand side of Crane.
We need to see more of that from the Wild though, Ben.
Certainly, but while Whitley are in possession, they're not really going to have a chance. And here's Whitley again with Edgar. Edgar shooed off the puck by Hager. Kipping comes in to help support, finds Chalmers. Plenty of time. Another leg pad save from Finney as he's called into action early again this period. And we're going back down to the Wild end with another icing call.
I was watching that last attack there by the Warriors. It's like 3 defensive players for the Wild and around 1 player. So that means that there's 3 Warrior players floating around. You can't allow that.
Kipping finds his man inside. Edgar loses the puck out, and here come the Wild. Mitchell throws it forward.
Kipping signals there. Looks like it's gone offside again.
All the way back down. 17:38 remaining in the period.
Well, don't forget, I think we've mentioned it already. If you haven't seen it, you can catch the free Drop the Puck highlights show every weekend, where you catch up on all the latest goals from around the Model League.
Oh! Out in front! Kipping.
How did
denied.
he miss that?
Finney manages to absolutely brick wall him. You would have expected Sean Kipping to score there, but Finney stands tall as they go again there. They've not cleared danger yet. Kipping finds Edgar, back to Kipping. Goes to go out in front.
Again? Oh.
Kipping takes another shot off the pads of Finney, and the Wild. Well, Miles Finney certainly no doubt called into question here.
Yeah, it's a bit better because every time that puck's hit him, it's bounced out loose. Any loose change like that, and the Warriors will just make you pay for it. But he's starting to get the measure of things, and he's got to cover that puck up.
Face off right hand side of Finney. Good immediate pressure from Reynolds and the Wild as he dumped that forward.
Oh, and his
door slammed shut. In centre ice there by Grigors. And the Latvian certainly standing up to him. Wild looking to clear the zone once more, and that seems to be the story of the day.
Almost like they've got more players on the ice than the Wild.
Kem scoops it out, only makes it as far as halfway.
Oh, and
it's stuck in the glove of Finney.
Oh, it's like a bee sting. Get it out!
It is. You can see he was trying to play it out quickly.
It's like, honest ref, it's stuck in there.
And again, you're starting to think now, how much more that pressure can Finney soak up before he starts losing it with his defenders.
Yeah, he's got to be sure of his defence, but the thing is, though, the Wild need to get a point on the board, and while they're camped in their own end, that's not going to happen.
Face-off goes away. The Warriors another shot in from the point. Finney again called into action. Crisp loses his edge there, goes down. Edwards finally gets that puck on the point, manages to skate it out the zone. The Wild do enough to drag it and get a puck on net. Crane comfortably just steers that into the corner. Oh, and no sooner have they gained the zone, we're going back down the other way, but that is going to be an icing call.
Oh, the unusual position of being down that end of the ice.
So we are going up to the Warriors defensive zone. Wild going to try and get something on the board here.
Where the ice is nice and clean.
Face off left hand side of Josh Crane. In the Warriors zone, quickly taken. Edwards put it back across. No one there. Ruddock does well to keep it alive. It's picked up by Ord. Turns up ice. Plenty of space. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Shot in and a good kick-out save. Denies Crisp. But it should never have happened in the first place, really, Gary.
No. Oh, and it's chase on.
Hopkins has got support and Coulter. Taking into the corner, still Hopkins. Edwards shoots!
Oh!
Hopkins again looking for the loose change.
Oh, my goodness.
Crane's crying out that it's come off his mask.
Oh.
And they have blown it dead. Well, it was a good little bout there.
Yeah, the pursuit of that was quite good. Hopkins got his skated down, got to it first, made a good stop, turn, fed it back in, and we thought that was going to sail into the top corner.
Face off, right hand side of Crane, taken by the Wild, immediately turned over once more to the Warriors. Hughes turns it back around in centre ice. Hagger sees an opportunity, big slap shot, but Crane's going to soak that up all day. Yeah. Good pressure comes in though from
well done.
Giuseppe takes a shot, look at that tight angle under the blocker. And well, you can certainly say that the Wild are trying now. However, they're back in their own zone. Chalmers, well, they're saying that was onside. Second shot comes in. Finney doing all sorts to keep that puck out. Now Hughes under pressure. Brings it round. You see the Road Warriors in full voice. He's giving it up. Keep it out in front. All the time in the world. The Warriors again failed to convert. However, you can only do that so many times before one of them's going to go in. Hagger chasing the puck down for the Wild. Turned back through neutral ice. Finlayson gets it. Looks to cut inside. Slot shot. Goes high glove. Sails over the bar once more. Game certainly gone up a gear. Reynolds taking a shot.
Yeah, Crane just chests that out.
That's going to be an icing call, and that's the first real bit of end-to-end bearing the teeth action we've seen from both teams.
Yeah, and it's the first bit of pressure Crane's sustained.
And it's that line of Hagger, Giuseppe at the moment that seem to be making it happen. However, we've got Wyatt Britton out now. And Reynolds, so Wyatt, Britton and Reynolds were forwards for Widnes. However, Finlayson's going to try and beat out Kemp. Does so, manages to dig it out. Fraser skating in through the danger zone. Finlayson managing to hold off Kemp. Takes a body on for that.
Whoa.
Lewis.
Played it close then.
Finlayson gets it back. Turns it over for Britton. Tries to feed it through for Reynolds. Reynolds has got it. Wyatt's going to make a break. Still Reynolds takes it into the corner. Butts it through. Wyatt.
No.
Low slot.
Oh, nobody knows what they're doing.
Williamson gets it. Brought down. Cries of tripping. Nothing given.
No.
And here come the Warriors to try and counter-attack. Whitley. Good body on.
And the penalties.
It's going to be a tripping call.
Yeah.
Finney just seals that out.
Oh.
And Douglas, I believe that was on.
Is he giving a holding call there?
So Douglas was in the fray there, but it's going to be on Williamson for the Wild.
Well.
So Jonathan Williamson will sit 2 in the Fresco environmental penalty bin.
Oh. The last thing the Wild need is to have a player off the ice.
5-on-4 in favour of the Whitley Warriors, and they already seem to have advantage in this game.
Circling that puck really well.
Hager out there commanding his PK. Working the puck well. Harley takes a shot. Coulter tries to get over there first. Wild do enough, and they've cleared it down onto the stick of Crane.
Just making sure he's not asleep, that's all.
30 seconds chewed up of the power play already. Warriors looking to reset and go again. Plenty of space down this far side, and they found it with Kipping. Kipping holds, he goes back across the middle. Trying to cut in, and Finney does enough to get over.
Oh, nobody there.
Cleared it out again, and the Wild for now.
Yeah,
standing tall.
Edgar's banging his stick on the floor there. He knows he made a mistake.
Whitley behind the net. Looking set up once more, another play.
Ooh, it was close.
Queenan, backhands in front. Finney scuffed up, and there it is. It's an easy tap in.
Well,
back door wide open for Edgar.
Yeah, sitting there, back post, just waiting for it.
You see there, Callum Queenan with the first effort, and skates in, and Edgar's going to scoop that up.
Goes back to what I was saying before, but it's currently Widnes Wild 0, Whitley Warriors 3. Said before, Ben, he's coughing up the loose change, and that's going to cost you, and it did there. Edgar's slamming that puck home. Well, not slamming it, just tapping it in, really.
Yeah, Finney was getting pulled all different ways. He can only do so much. And something had to give, and there it is. So Whitley go up another goal now on that mountain to get back in this game. Ever climbing. It's going to be big second period late and a big third period if they want to get back in the game now.
Yeah, Wild have got to get points on the board. They need to equal the Warriors for this period at least.
The thing is though, Gary, it's hard to say where that point's going to come from. Right now it's easy, you could rattle off a number of Whitley names who have got a potential possibility of putting that puck in, but Whitley are just all over the ice.
Yeah.
Wild trying to do well to get that puck away. Murray in possession of that from Coulter. Hopkins turns up ice, throws that to come off an official, skates out. Coulter's going to take advantage of that. Edwards finally gets a shot on net, sticked away by Crane.
The Wild can just get one equal the Warriors for this period. Then a 2-goal deficit isn't bad going into the final period, but the thing is, they're almost reaching the halfway point now.
Yeah.
The Warriors are 3-0 up.
Well, Williamson's back on the ice after that penalty. Murray into the corner. Queenan, plenty of time, finds Ross. Giving up for Edwards, a little bit of a break. Gisecco and Ross. Ross does well to hold it, decides to put it back over.
Picked up the sky.
And Crane wasn't having any of that.
Yeah, a little chip shot there to the far side. Looking for a Wild player to tap it in the back post, but Crane scoops it up the sky. And takes off the pressure. It's now still Widnes Wild 0, Whitley Warriors 3, with 10:55 remaining in the second period.
Well, head coach Hager now out on the ice, player coach, and you can tell he's going to be barking some orders, but he can only do so much himself. Grigor's going to scoop that loose one up, sending that massive stretch passes. And again, Gary, a far side this time. I think it's gone to Douglas, but he's in that same position that Sean Kipping's been sitting in all day.
They're missing. Do you know what they're missing? They're missing the lads. They're looking for that lethal poacher, somebody to put the Whitley guys under a bit of pressure.
Gisecco trying to do enough. He's found Hager. Hager goes to let one rip. It's deflected down. Grigor's going to soak that one up. Turns back, doesn't like what he sees. Played down the wing for Fraser. Fraser looking inside. Hughes does well. Shot on from Crisp. It's come back out, and the Wild managed to clear the zone, take a breath. But this is all it is. It's dump and just breathe at the moment from the Wild. They're not actually following up any of the clearances.
Yeah, you kind of look a little lackluster. It's just every time they get the puck, you feel like they're not going to do anything with it. Whereas when the Warriors are on it, you're waiting for something to happen.
Shot finally comes in from the Wild at the point, but to only be soaked up and frozen up there by Crane. 9:40 remains in this second period. So far this period, 1 goal for the Warriors takes them to 3-0. Face-off will be left-hand side of Joshua Crane in the Wild offensive zone. And Williamson gets over there, puts it across the middle. You can see Reynolds skating in.
See, that was a lot better, that there. Start putting them under pressure. Man for man, they've got to battle here, because at the moment, Whitley are just dominating.
We're going to reset and look to go again. This time to the right-hand side of Crane. Warriors clear the draw, get out the zone and look to break forward once more. 3 men immediately in the Wild defensive zone. Another shot comes in, and that's come off the face mask of Finney. Your refs blow that one dead immediately. But again, another shot got off. And more pressure being mounted by Whitley.
Well, it's just giving Finney a little moment to get himself together, and then we'll go for that face-off. Right side of Finney. And again,
Face-off picked up by Whitley to go forward.
oh, look at them.
Edgar, under pressure from Kemp.
He's a bit better with the defence now.
Coulter gets over, so does Hopkins. Dig it out only as far as the face-off circle. Another shot comes in. That's off the blocker and over from Finney.
So that's what they need to do now, the Wild. They just need to get in their faces a bit more and make them think they've got to pass the puck around then. And while they're doing that, they're not shooting at goal.
Face-off right-hand side of Miles Finney in the Widnes defensive zone. Whitley immediately jumped forward with that puck into the corner, trying to dig it out. Fraser's in the middle. Good little drop pass, however, it's allowed Widnes in. Widnes still fighting away in the middle. That's Hopkins and Edwards now, as Grigors just snubs that one out. And thing is with Grigors, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And these young lads, you know, they need to be watching what he does and absorb like sponges and learn from him, because he's been around the game for some time. As Coulter now with the puck, sending it back. Hopkins trying to jam up the net.
Yeah, a little bit of a scrap in that blue paint area. Oh!
They're broken away with Fraser. Murray's going to have to get over. Takes the shot, it comes off Finney's leg pad. Run round and cleared out the zone. 8 minutes, 8 remaining in the second period.
So when you've got a player like Fraser who's speed, he's up that ice as quick as you like. Whoa.
Hughes.
Just trying to get it there.
Lewis takes his time.
Oh, and they're looking for that
guy
guy.
Block, and you can see off the redirect again. Another attempt on net. Giuseppe sends it back straight into the stick of Crisp. It's turned away.
Well,
Wild can breathe a sigh of relief.
Warriors are doing what our old, the pro-creator of our show, Dave Griff, used to say, if you put the puck on net, good things will happen.
Yeah, that old hockey adage. Dugout was sweeping the snow, only to clear it as far as Harley puts it back in. Again, it's fallen to another Warriors player, even as they're coming on the line change.
Yeah,
Chalmers scoops that up, doesn't quite get all of that. Edgar's got plenty of time to try and work something.
And again,
Finney's back door wide open. Second shot comes in from Harley, and they're absorbing the pressure, but again, Gary, so much pressure causes something to break. And we could see a fourth Warriors goal building here.
Yeah, they don't watch that back post. Finney's got to be really quick at moving around there.
Edgar couldn't quite reel it in. It's fallen to Harley. Oh, redirect out in front. Finney wise to it and was kipping with the redirect. Wild
Nice little chip over.
Finally managed to clear it. Ross takes his time round the net. Big.
Oh, look, in the line
space.
change, have caught them there.
Edgar skated all the way through.
Well done.
Turned over. Ross skates in to help out.
Oh.
And they can't clear Ross. McDonald gets it over to his D-man. Run round. Finlayson's going to be there first. Look to go straight into the danger zone with it. Britain couldn't keep hold of it. Finlayson. Goal pressure from Wyatt. He's managed to break it away. And now Joe Wyatt, as he caught up in the skate of the official. Wild desperately trying to get something here. Douglas, he's through by himself. Support arriving in Fraser. Behind the Wild net. Mitchell's going to follow him round. It's gone to the point. Grigor's shot through traffic. He saw that late, Finney, but he's done enough. Body on. And that was Grigor's on Wyatt. Wyatt stands tall. Another shot in. Finney's leg pads and block are covered in rubber at this stage. Bentham sends it into the corner. Ord gets it back. Skating in, shot in.
Well soaked up.
And that was good effort. You can see what the play was there.
Yeah.
You see it again.
Puck comes across the corner. It's fed back, straight back to the point.
Queenan skating in on that one hard.
Yeah, he was waiting for the rebound as well there, wasn't he? So with 4:58 remaining in this second period, still Wild 0, Warriors 3. And the Wild soaking up the pressure at the moment from the Warriors.
Big pass fired through the middle. Hopkins is through.
Oh.
Crane come flying out of his net for that one.
Well, he had to. It looked like he was on his own for it.
Kemp finds a man in the middle. Edwards back to Coulter. Coulter to Edwards. Edwards gets it across.
Yes!
Back door. And Hopkins opens the scoring for the Wild.
And they get that goal that we said they need.
Well, you see it again now. Coulter to Edwards worked it all the way, and then last minute back door.
Well done, Hopkins. It's now given a bit of a lifeline to the Wild. It's Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 3.
And Andy Hopkins is going to be glad there to have got that one. That'll settle his nerves a little bit on stepping into this experienced Wild squad.
So after all that pressure that the Wild have taken for most of this second period, it's one apiece in this period alone, which is what we said they needed to do. A 2-goal deficit is not without chance of reaching it.
Exactly, it doesn't take him out of the game. And that'll put some fire under the Wild now, as you can see. They look to break forward again. Ruddock couldn't quite find Reynolds. Hughes takes his time, looks up ice. Finds.
Warriors will be kicking themselves now for that.
Giuseppe plays that forward. Sent back to Chris. Giuseppe puts the body on. Turned up by Hagger. Turned back around once more. Douglas takes a shot. Sails wide. Reynolds and Hagger looking to dig that out.
So Wild have got a taste of the goal thing. Let's see if they can get another one.
Big cross-ice pass from Giuseppe to Reynolds as they manage to gain the zone again. 3:49 now left in the period. Hughes keeps the play alive. It's fallen to Hagger. Tries to put it into the middle. Hughes skating in, big slap shot. Redirected off Coulter's skate. It's come back out, and now the Wild need to backtrack. Shot comes in from Ord. Quick line change. Can Wild catch the Warriors off guard with this one? No, they're going to go behind the net. That opportunity goes by as the fresh legs on the ice now. Hopkins, the goal scorer. Throw it forward. It's going to be turned back round. Chalmers gets it through the middle. Good play by Hopkins. Big slam Queenan in. Hopkins into the boards. Wild finally clear the zone. They're starting to show glimmers, Gary, of the Wild of last season that were really challenging these teams.
Yeah, they need to show that they're hungry for this. They need to get another one. If they can get another goal before the period break, it'd be great.
But loose pucks like that. Harley taking the opportunity, backhands it into the danger zone once more. Soon intercepted and turned around by the Wild once more. Edwards under pursuit of Harley. Coulter gets it across ice. Hagger turns around, dumps it in. Hagger's going to get his own dump in. Tried to play it back. Edwards poking at the pickle out in front. And Edwards isn't happy with that one. We've got some handbags. Edgar's in there, Coulter's in there.
So it's Edgar and
Edwards. Coulter being restrained.
Well,
and Phil Edgar, well, the English Canadian, they've gone. We've gone. Alex Mitchell's gone there. Can't tell who he's gone with, but it's a good tilt. Left's going in. He's got the shirt over the pair of them pads and he goes down. And that's certainly going to change the momentum in the game there, Gary. And you can guarantee hockey fights are going to want that one.
Well,
Edwards in the box.
Is it Edgar's, is it? Yeah.
Phil Edgar. Well, the English Canadian dual national Phil Edgar, he's going to sit for fighting 5 in the Fresco Environmental booth.
Well, he didn't like
the young cage lad Edwards as well. And you can see Mitchell standing up for him.
Well, that might cause some issues in the supporters groups.
It may be our first game, Gary, but I can officially say it's getting tasty.
Oh, get your napkins out, folks.
Well, that's certainly going to put some fire in the bellies.
Yeah.
It looks like Mitchell's just getting some treatment off ice. You see there Kipping and Hughes.
So we're getting a bit of 4-on-4. We don't know yet.
We'll see how this plays out, but it's going to be the initial altercation is Edwards and Edgar. That goes off in the corner. Okay, so obviously Edwards poking the pickle.
Ooh.
Edgar standing up for his netminder. And then because Edgar goes after a cage, Mitchell jumps in for his defence. We'll see how this one plays out.
I've just
you see Bez Hughes there just waving at the camera.
I've just looked at
hello, Bez.
I've just looked at Edwards there, and I've gone, oh my God, he looks like a kid.
That's because he is, Gary.
But I'll tell you what, he was prepared to go toe to toe there, wasn't he?
And that's the thing with ice hockey. You've got to love it. Doesn't matter how big the dog is in the fight.
Well,
it's how much you want it.
Yeah, he's definitely got that wild in him.
Mitchell just being reacquainted with his gear. As the officials are going to come to the timekeeper's bench and relay the riot act.
And while we have a little interlude.
So, Gary, it's looking difficult is the word I'm going to use for the Wild at the moment. Whitley are certainly making it difficult for them.
Well, they are, and they've dominated right from the first drop of the puck. But if they, I'm hoping that, like you just said, that this put the fire in their belly a little bit. The Wild need to start doing something. You've got your home fans in front of you, your first home game of the season. That extra man on the ice, they'll be cheering for them if they can get another goal on the board, make it a 1-goal deficit. I think we've got an interesting game, but now...
I also think we've got 4-on-4 potentially, which will open that game up. And the way the Wild have been susceptible to that big stretch pass with all that space, this could be their undoing.
Well, while we're having this short break, give us an opportunity to mention Drop the Puck's highlight show, which you can catch on our YouTube channel, and most social media outlets will have a link to it there, where you can catch all the highlights of any goals from this weekend's games, courtesy of all the teams involved. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so our premiere episode went out last weekend. Well, in fact, I believe it was this Friday.
Yeah, Friday's the...
yeah, so usually around Friday evenings when we get it. But again, massive thank you to all those teams that have gone out of the way to help us out build that.
Yeah, and it's all about hockey, Ben, isn't it? Because that's all about. We're all about the sport, all about promoting hockey, and it'd be nice, to have one place where you can get all your goals. Kind of a bit like Match of the Day, really, isn't it?
I see what you did there, Gary. I see what you did.
So goals and gloves it is, Ben.
Certainly. So quick thank you to Sharks TV, to Lions TV, and of course Hawks TV, who've helped us out for that previous episode. And again, don't forget, guys, while this game is icing, you've got the Billingham Stars are playing the Solway Sharks, and the Solihull Barons against the Sheffield Scimitars, that one underway. We're still waiting for scores to come in from there, but if you've got time or you've got the facilities to watch us and YouTube, obviously the Nottingham Lions against the Blackburn Hawks will be on later. Go and say hello to the guys over at Lions TV there.
A good feast of hockey already.
So this one is certainly not as possibly straightforward as we think.
No, it's...
Seems to have been going on for a while now.
Yeah, taking the time here.
You can see assistant captain Lee Kemp in there now speaking with captain of the day, Bez Hughes, and Sean Kipping. Obviously Sean, a long-standing fan and friend of, dropped the puck.
Yeah. So Kipping's going to head to the bench and tell them what's been decided. And
Coulter now just having a quiet word with the officials.
We're going to get things back underway by the look of it.
Yeah.
So, in the Fresco penalty box for the Wild, we have Edwards.
And Mitchell is there.
Yeah, and Mitchell. And in the penalty box for Whitley Warriors, we've got Edgars.
And is somebody else coming over? They are.
Yeah, it would appear so.
So Betham's come over.
Betham, yeah. So it's 2 apiece in the box.
Yeah, you know it's going to be Edwards and Edgar. You'll probably get Edgar 5 for fighting, 2 for roughing.
Well, the penalties haven't gone up as yet.
We'll find out what they are shortly. So 2 minutes 23 remain in the period. 2-goal deficit for the Wild to claw back. And we've got a little bit of 4-on-4 happening.
Woohoo!
Well, in fact, hang on, I'm counting. There's 5 Widnes players out there at the moment.
Oh yeah, so it's 5-on-5. It's just,
Is it?
yeah.
Let's see what Kipping does. He stays on the ice, so it is. It's 5-on-5.
Interesting.
So it's offset.
Yeah.
Incidentals, we'll wait for the official calls.
So, 2 minutes 23 remaining second period. Face off to the left of Finney. And has this taken the momentum out of the Wild now, Ben? This bit of a lull, the stoppage in the game?
Well, we'll find out. We're going to go face off right, left-hand side of Miles Finney in the Wild defensive zone.
When you're ready.
Oh. And Coulter's getting a call now. Joey Coulter's getting a call.
Oh.
So we'll find out what's going on exactly.
It would appear that there's been a bit of miscommunication regarding...
So the penalties are as follows. So Edgar. So 5 for fighting, plus 2 for fighting as well. So it's a 5 plus 2 for fighting for Edgar. Okay, Edwards goes 2 for roughing. Well, Mitchell goes 5 for fighting. And there you go, so that's it, Gary. So we've got Edwards in for 2, Mitchell in for 5, and then Edgar in for a 5 plus 2, which obviously the 2 Betham will sit.
Right, and now the face-off is to the right of Crane. So we're down at the the Whitley end of the ice, which is good for Widnes. And action's back underway.
And it's 5-on-4 in favour of the Wild as they're on the power play.
So can the Wild capitalise for the next 2 minutes?
And the Wild looking to capitalise now. It's Giuseppe through the middle. Can't quite rope it in. Turned back and cleared away by the Warriors. And this is certainly the opportunity that the Wild need to try and get something back in this. Into the corner. Whitley trying to clear the puck out. Hopkins does well. It's turned around. Coulter behind the net. Couldn't quite get his man. That was Hagler on the far side, and Whitley going to jump on that.
Oh, well
good
cut
cut out by Hughes. And that was Chalmers, sorry. Tried to get across.
So already we're down to 1 minute remaining in this power play.
On the boards, retains the puck. 52 seconds remain on the power play. Their first power play of the night with Wild. Finlayson, all the time in the world, tries to go glove high on Finney, and flash of the leather sends it up and over the bar. 41 seconds remaining on the power play.
Well, Wild have got to try and get something out of this at least. If they can get a goal, that would be great.
Puck runs loose, picked up by the Wild once more. Ruddock looks at the pace.
Here we go.
Williamson gets it over. Dropped back for Ruddock. Shot comes
well
in, and he's through all alone. Kipping.
No, well blocked.
Good save by Finney. Tried to squeeze it under the leg pads. Gregors sends that puck around, chewing that clock up. 7 seconds left on the power play. Can the Wild do anything with this last throw of the dice? 2, 1, trapdoor opens, Betham comes out, back to 5-on-5.
And 20 seconds remaining in the game.
In the period.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the period.
Running the game away already, Gary.
I know, yeah.
Betham straight out on the ice. Finlayson tries to get in there for support, but Williamson's there. Gregors takes a shot.
5, 4, 3.
Reynolds going to chase that up.
1.
And there's your puck. Well, there's your buzzer, sorry, and there's your period.
Yeah.
And, well,
a feisty ending to that second period.
Yeah, but is it too little too late, Gary?
Well, the thing is, a point apiece in that period alone, which I would say that the Whitley Warriors dominated a lot. I would say it was 70-30 in favour of the Warriors, but the Wild are showing little glimpses now. Can they get another point on the board and make it an interesting third period? Who knows? We'll find out more when we come back for the third period. Join us after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Welcome back for this third and final period, hopefully final, in this game between the Widnes Wild and the Whitley Warriors. Score, as you can see on the boards, currently stands at Wild 1, Warriors 3. Wild giving a good account of themselves towards the end of that second period, Ben. Can they do it? Can they claw back 2 goals? Can they claw back 3?
Well, this result looking very familiar for the fans around the league. Catching up quickly with around the league at the moment. The Billingham Stars currently beating the Solway Sharks 3-1.
Wow.
And the Nottingham Lions against the Blackburn Hawks facing off pretty much as we speak, Gary.
That'll be an interesting game. Solway, though, obviously made that trip down to Billingham, and Billingham capitalising by the look of it. But we can see the highlights of that, hopefully, at some point.
So, Mr. Holmes, Mr. Collars, and Mr. Horner getting things ready as Edgar comes back to the box to start his third period alongside Rhys Edwards. Both of them still in the Fresco environmental penalty boxes.
I think Edwards is on the ice.
He's not, he's still there, Gary.
No, Edwards is on the ice. That's
Oh, it is, that's Mitchell down there. You are. Well, good spot, sir, good spot.
Thank you.
Puck drops and we're underway for this third and final period here at Planet Ice Widnes. And immediately Coulter with the puck, feeds it over. Edwards looks to take a shot and that tie into the net and above the plexiglass.
Just needs to adjust the scopes on his stick there.
And Crane just adjusting his straps under his pads.
I thought he was picking the grass out of his boots.
Face off, right hand side of Josh Crane. Good play by the Wildbirds. Whitley to come out with that one. Chalmers, as Coulter trying to cause him to cough it up, however, Steve Chalmers in control, takes the shot off, picks up his own rebound, shoots, and that was tight.
Well.
And Warriors come out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, like we knew they would, but the Wild have got to play clever here. Oh, and Hopkins blocked out.
Well, Grigors taking out that play. That's a big hit in the corner.
Oh, he's feeling that.
Yeah, and that's...
yeah, Ross going off there.
Yeah, a little smirk on his face. However, Wild now with the puck, looking to turn back. Grigors walks the line, decides to turn around, doesn't like what he sees. Throws it forward, Fraser can't reel it in. Fairlong comes out. It's immediately surrounded by 3 Warriors players. It's allowed some space for the Wild to clear it. Hughes, big goal swing on that one, can't get it out. Queenan against the boards. Under pressure from Hughes. Fraser and Queenan working that puck well. It's out with Hager. Hager takes a
deflected.
very deep shot. And Lewis plenty of opportunities to get himself in the way of that one. Warriors look to regain possession in their own corner. Finlayson sends it back. Little tussle with Giuseppe. Oh! William Finlayson there, blatant trip on Giuseppe. You saw him look at the ref and then do it.
Well, not a good thing to do.
It was a... Do you know what? I don't even know what to say about that one.
It was so
Adam,
obvious.
if you hadn't have looked at the ref and looked so suspicious, you might have got away with it.
Well,
however,
handed the opportunity here now to the Wild.
So now 5-on-4 in favour of the Widnes Wild. Set up camp in the Warriors' defensive zone, left-hand side of Crane. Shot comes in early from Hughes. It was Hopkins looking for the redirect. And they're going to try and call delay a game there. Well, we're going to go for another face-off. That's going to be neutral ice face-off. Out in front of the Warriors bench. 9 seconds of the power play gone. Face-off goes the way of the Wild. Knocked forward. Only onto a Warriors stick as they fling
Nice
that
long shot.
string that all the way down onto the pads of Finney. Haggett. Going from deep.
Oh, and again.
And Giuseppe just not quite able to control that as well as he wanted.
Now, the take-to-take passing of the
Jenkins-
Wild's not been very good today.
Hopkins did well to reel that one in there. Hager holds his line. Decides to go back. Interesting. Trying to draw out that Whitley defence. Once more, sees opportunity with Coulter.
Oh,
That's gone back. That's going to be driving everyone backwards. However, Chalmers sees an opportunity. Hopkins manages to regain possession. Called straight back into action. Wild struggling in their own zone to clear this. Through 3 Whitley players before it comes down onto Grigor's stick. Dumps that in and they're just chewing this clock up, and it's textbook from Whitley.
Yeah, only 38 seconds left on the penalty. Wild still haven't done anything with it really.
Britton
And it's offside.
tried to skate it over and Reynolds had crept over.
Yeah, it's just on the near side, just underneath our commentary position.
And the Wild doing themselves no favours.
Well, 32 seconds remaining on the penalty. 16:39 on the clock.
Face off taken quickly. Driven into the Warrior zone, but they clear that all the way down again. Wow, picked up in front of their own netminder. Wyatt looks to play that forward. Britton loses it out. Warriors comfortably in possession. Another big goal swing. Clears that all the way down. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Finlayson back onto the ice. We go back to 5-on-5. And that's the second power play for the Wild that they're getting nothing out of.
Yeah, the final touch just seems to be a little bit too far. The tape-to-tape passing's a little bit sloppy. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this was their game.
Douglas in, all alone, it's brought down. No,
Nope.
right, he's gone sliding into the netminder. Nets off its moorings.
And was he looking for something there, maybe?
I think he was looking for a tripping call.
Not coming now. Officials
Finney
not
not
called it.
happy about it. He's feeling something as he gets up. However, none of the Wild looking to make him answer for anything. So that one's going to go by. 15:36 remains in the game now. Still 2-goal deficit for the Widnes Wild.
Yeah, if they could get one, it would just really make this game interesting.
Hagger.
Oh, I'm passing like that's not going to help.
Shot in. And again, the Warriors looking strong. Kipping, posted right out in front, slamming that puck against the leg pads of Finney. Hagger called to his defensive duties. Another shot comes in, swallowed up by Finney this time. And Miles Finney is having to stand on his head here, Gary.
Yeah, Kippin's really, really putting some pressure on that netminder. He's done well to soak it up, but it's looks like it's come at a bit of a cost.
15-13 remaining in the game. Face off left-hand side of Finney. Taken on one by the Wild. Played it forward for Giuseppe, and Giuseppe again. Finally gets what he wants on it. McDonald intercepts it, however. Dragged over by Giuseppe. Turns around. Finds Hagger, who puts it on net. And, well, I don't think Crane knew where that was. He just kind of steered his leg away from the post.
Well, it's a first nice couple of passes they've strung together there. As Giuseppe feeds it to Hagger, straight away Hagger swings it back around the face, across his body, and Crane struggled to find that for a minute.
So face off, left hand side of Crane. Edgar and Coulter going for the draw. Goes the way of the Warriors. Ooh, loose puck out in front, swept away. And the Wild, again, put straight back in from Hagger, who's playing defence now. Coulter that was who put it in. And Rich Hagger taking matter into his own hands now as head coach here. He's now able to circle back around into that forward position we know him oh so well for. Williams manages to dump it in. It's going to be a quick
No
change.
one chases on that.
As they go for fresh legs on the ice. There's those big stretch passes again, Gary.
You know what? Them and the long shots have been doing. Happy Gilmore would be pleased with them.
Crisp turns it in for Douglas into the path. Here comes Douglas down the left wing. Shot comes in from Crisp. Turn back away. Good reaction from Finney. That's going to be an icing call. We're going back down the Wild zone. 13:54 left in the game for the Wild to the left-hand side of Finney. Face off. Well, he tried to dig it out there and it's gone again to the Warriors. As you can guarantee, their face-off percentage tonight has been ridiculous. Well, that looked like he came off the post and off the mask of Finney. He's just checking his equipment there.
I think he's seen that a bit late, didn't he?
And this is something that the Warriors are doing well, Gary. They're stacking up those blockers in front of the vision, jamming up Finney so he can't react to them. As again, it's the Warriors that win possession. Look to swing that round. Coming out in front, again, slamming on the leg pads and banging on the door of Finney. Wyatt's going to chase down Lewis. Work it well, the Warriors, creating some space. Big stretch pass again, goes sailing past Fraser. Hughes is going to get there, and that's another icing call. This time we're going back down to the Whitley zone.
Well, it's their favourite little play, that, isn't it? That stretch pass. And they seem to have capitalised it. They seem to be the first one on the end of them as well. Wild, on the other hand, sloppy passing.
Well, I was about to say, Gary, there is certainly some training points that Rich Hagger will be taking away with him this week.
I mean, you could say they were missing a couple of key players. I would say that, yeah, okay, but that doesn't take away the fact that they're passing the pucks in a one. The last touch seems to be a little bit, well.
Hagger to Gisecco under pressure immediately, that crimson wall bearing down on him, but they've created some space. Gisecco gets it to Hagger puts it through the danger zone.
Oh.
Not a Wild stick to turn in, and Coulter's recycled it though and turned it straight
official.
over, and here come the Warriors. Edgar turns back around, puts it in open space, shot comes in, and again, second time of asking. And it's Chalmers who's got all the time in the world. Big hit, and there's going to be a call.
Yeah.
That's Kemp. And they're both going. So Kemp and Chalmers are going.
Oh, no.
So that Fresco environmental penalty box again, seeing some action.
And Chalmers is going, no. Up you go, sir.
So we've got interference and a holding call. Interference on Chalmers, holding on Kemp.
Chalmers is like, in the box, sir. Yes, that's where you got to go, in the box. So, Fresco environmental penalty boxes being filled on either side. And we find ourselves with a little bit of 4-on-4.
Face-off will be in the Wild zone. Left-hand side of Miles Finney.
So, 12:20 remaining in the game. And the
Face-off, won by the Wild. Warriors looking to jump on that early. And as I said before, Gary, 4-on-4 opens up the ice a lot more. And we've seen how much the Warriors are exploiting the space the Wild are giving them. Edgar takes his time. Finds Ross. Harley. Turns it back. Taking the time. Whitley just trying to find an opportunity. And here come the Wild finally. Coulter holds it so long there, but then has to give it up. Hagger forced back on side. Has the tag up. Edgar puts it in the corner for Kipping. Fresh legs on for Whitley. Ruddock holding his man in the corner. That's going to be blown dead. Kipping not happy with how long it took. But either way, it's going to result in a face-off. Down in the Widnes zone this time, right-hand side of Miles Finney. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. And this 4-on-4. McDonald forced over quickly to try and keep it alive for Whitley, and he does so. Queenan takes his time again, back to the point. McDonald skates in, takes a shot off the leg pads again of Finney. Douglas. Queenan, good rotation. McDonald, the point, what will he do? Decides he's going to dump it back in. This time Murray gets there first. Allows Ruddock in. Ruddock gets it around. Giuseppe doesn't have to clear it.
Oh, nice and cold.
And that is nice and cold. So back down to the Wild zone we go. 10:40 remaining in the game. 20 seconds on the power plays. Still Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 3. The official just holding there as sorting the goal out in Finney's gear. Face off, taken quickly, pushed away by Britain. And now the Warriors looking to set up once more.
Oh, well intercepted.
Finally clear the zone, fresh legs on for the Wild.
Oh, and again.
And Hagger's going to take the opportunity and throw that in.
Thought they were going to call that then.
Giuseppe into the corner, Ross beats him out. Back to 5-on-5. The trapdoor's open. Just sort out our scoreboard as we're playing through the middle with Chalmers. Ross plays it back.
Well, Chalmers looking to feed that off. Edgar. Oh, Edgar's looking for an opportunity and it's there, and he gets it. Coming in from the far side, the back post there. Looked like it was it Ross? Chalmers leaves it, Edgar's feeds it over. Oh, and it was Fraser waiting. Taps it in, an easy one on the back door. And it's given the Warriors an extended lead here now. It's Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 4, with 9:41 remaining in this period. And it's a bit of a mountain to climb now, Ben, because 3 goals up.
Well, that's it now. Whitley Warriors 4-1 ahead, and you're now thinking the Wild have literally got to play damage limitation, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, if they had got a goal, they would have had a chance, but just under half this period remaining now.
And a pasty come bearing down again on Finney, who's had an absolute hell of a day to say the least. Griggles takes a shot.
And was that Kipping camped in front of him again?
Again?
No, it wasn't Kipping.
Fraser with the puck. Throws it forward. Finlayson, absolutely beautiful control. Goes round Finney, and just like that, puts the game to bed.
Yeah, it's a shame that. Giving that puck up straight down the middle. He gets his one-on-one opportunity almost. And sells the dummy to Finney. Puts it in the back of the net. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 5.
Well, Adam Finlayson there showing that when he doesn't want to be tripping players up, he can actually play some hockey.
It's all part of the game, Ben. It's all part of the game.
Wild now certainly wanting to try and recover some dignity out of this game, and that's the word I'm going to use, Gary, dignity, because right now they've looked poor, let's be honest.
They've been schooled a little bit, I think.
And we know the Warriors are a good team, and we know it's a good, tough game every time, but this doesn't show the 4-3 game up at Whitley right now. I don't know what it is. Something's not clicked.
Well, obviously, you've got Danny Hayde missing, Mikey Gilbert, and of course there was that penalty for
Tom Jackson.
Tom
as well.
Jackson in the Lions game. So,
Hager desperately trying to make something of this. However, there's a little bit of between Douglas and Hopkinson now. Just watching that going on. Hager and McDonald.
Oh, and he's won that one.
Hager does well, sends it back to nobody. Kyle Ross is going to be there first. However, it's come back out to Coulter. Coulter works the magic. Puts it back across, shot comes in. And how Crane managed to get anything on that.
It flew up in the air. If that fell down on the back of his head, that'd have gone in now. Oh, and another opportunity, but here we go. Wild are going to try and bring it up.
Send it back over to Coulter, far side. Held up against the boards. Immediately scooped out by the Warriors, and well, it's pretty much the story of the day, isn't it, Gary? Chalmers driving it forward again, and Chalmers has been an absolute thorn in the Wild side all game.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's, it must be frustrating for them.
Britton digging away, doing well. Into the corner. Harley. Can't clear it out, only goes off Lewis's chest. However, Edwards takes a shot. The blocker's up and they crash the net. And here we go again, Edwards is back into it. And it's Lewis and Edwards this time. Immediately, Hopkins comes to his aid.
Well, the official's in there.
And who's that there? I can't quite tell. Or it's one of the Whitley players. Well, again, Reese Edwards. And it looks like it's Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis is in there. The official's sending him away. And Kippin's going to have a word with the officials there.
Well, there's certainly fire still left in this game.
Well, give him his due. Edwards is giving as good as he gets.
Bez Hughes already in the position by the timekeeper's bench here. He knows the script.
So, looks like
Coulter's coming over as well to have a quiet word. Kippin's there. And Edwards skating that well-worn track back to the box.
well,
Once more, Reese Edwards in the Fresco environmental penalty bin.
do you know what? He's a name for the future, this kid.
Well, he's certainly on the sheet today, Gary, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Nevertheless, it now finds a situation with the Wild a man down and 4 goals behind with 6:46 remaining in the period. If you're going to make it bad, make it real bad.
Well, this isn't going to be pretty now. 2 whole minutes with the extra man. 2 minutes for interference is what he goes for. And the Warriors look to set up early as they start to work that puck and create space. Chalmers. Good pressure from Coulter. Gets it to Queenan. Sends it round the back of the net, back to Queenan. Big shot in from Chalmers, and it's Ord who set out in front acting as a screen.
Yeah, trying to catch Finney out in his blind side.
1:41 on the penalty left. 6:27 in the game. Chalmers takes his time, shot through Finney.
Oh!
Waves the thin air, puck comes down, doesn't go all the way,
Oh,
good snatch out the air, and that's Callum Queenan that time who ripped that one. We'll see it again.
Yeah, this is when the puck's flying about like that, you've got to try and get it cleared away.
You see Queenan grabs that puck, immediately throws it on net, looks to go glove side high.
Well,
Face-off gets us back underway. That's immediately up into the rafters from
That's killed a
The
pigeon.
Wild. Yeah. It's Mitchell, so that was Mitchell who cleared that one away.
Well, it's been a rather subdued crowd here at the Planet Ice Widnes.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying there, Gary, but it's hard to get behind your team when they're not really giving you anything to get behind.
Well, you know, you can hear them banging the drum and they're trying their best, but
It's just, yeah, it doesn't look like the Wild are firing on all cylinders.
no, it certainly doesn't. And hopefully they can get themselves sorted in time for next week.
As Harley, top of the slot, starts working that puck around once more. Still 1:07 left on the power play. Shot comes in, finds the back of the net,
How
and
did
Harry
that go
Harley
in?
can chalk another one up.
How that went in, unbelievable. Harley feeds it out to side, gets it again, centre spot, fires it home. Don't know if he took a deflection, but it certainly looks to have gone in favour of Harley. And it's now Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 6.
Do you put Evan Coles in, Gary?
Well, what harm can it do? You know, give somebody some ice time.
Timeout called by the Widnes Wild. And I'm just looking over to the Wild bench now, and it does look like Cole is getting dressed. He's putting his mask on, so we will see Evan Cole come out, and there he is.
Thing is, Ben, Whitley have got to have to do some serious talking in after today's game. Try and get themselves sorted, because we're back here next week in the visit to Solihull Barons. And they've certainly got to get that act together for that one.
Well, changing that minder. As Evan Coles now takes his space between the pipes
Nice helmets.
for the Widnes Wild. He's got a nice paint job, that.
Yep. Ooh, shiny.
5:50 remaining in the game. Giuseppe under pressure immediately. Kemp gets that puck. Looks to turn it back up ice.
Yeah, goal's been credited to Harley.
Throwing it forward once more, Britain. Can't go any further, that's going to be offside. All the time in the world, Greg goes. Hopkins, turn it back around. Whitley are going to accept that and just ease that back in. Find Ord on the left wing. Ord gets around Kemp. Good poke check by Britain. Keeps him on his toes. Betham puts it into the corner once more. Rung round by Kemp. Williamson uses the boards to clear that out. Forces Whitley outside the zone. As we enter the 5-minute mark remaining in this third period. Wild certainly thinking about damage limitation. Kemp skates it all the way up for Lewis. Puts the body on Lewis. Into the corner right out in front of that lovely BASN ringboard. Grigors has plenty of time and space to bring it all the way down and gets a shot off. Cole gets a blocker to it. Evan Coles did struggle to really see much ice last season when Walker was in such form. So be glad for the ice time. Probably not the scoreline though. Grigors taking all the time. Douglas out to that face-off circle. And the Wild managed to clear it away once more.
Yeah, they're just enjoying themselves a little bit more now, the Warriors, aren't they? You can tell.
Yeah, it's almost as if you can see the work's done and they're just seeing the game out. Lewis. Again,
another
Douglas goes high glove side, snapshot and catches Cole still.
Yeah, Douglas looks for the puck here and just takes it centre line and fires it into top corner left of Coles and extends the lead even more here now. It's Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 7.
So we're going to go back to the centre ice for resume play once more. 3:55 remaining in the game, and the Warriors can't wait to go see if they can put more on the board, but you can tell the Wild will want this game over as soon as. Again, Working that puck well, Whitley with Kipping. Drops it back. Ross drives it forward, past the benches, takes it all the way. Still Kyle Ross goes to look inside. Every Whitley player fancies a chance at the moment. Puts a shot in straight into the chest of Coles. And literally every Whitley player feels right now that they can bag a goal.
Yeah, and looks like every Wild player is having to sit in the blue paint to stop them from bagging one.
It's a dangerous position to be in. So fire at will. Pretty much the orders.
Oh,
Wild do enough to drag that one through. And here comes Coulter, gets his legs going. That's going to be offside as Hopkins was too early and skates over the line. Face-off will be out in front of our commentary position. In front of the Whitley bench. Face-off to be taken by Auden Coulter. Apologies, Queenan and Coulter. It's going to be Widnes to come out with that one. Good little work from Coulter, drops it back for Reynolds. Reynolds, well, it was Queenan's stick that denied him going any further there, and Finlayson gets it over Fraser. Fraser back to Queenan in the middle, back to Finlayson. And Fraser, great little line, working well here. Finlayson again, finds Queenan back behind the net. Still Callum Queenan. Finally gets dispossessed by the Wild. That's dumped away, and Grigor's calmly, with the Latvian taking his time, he knows it's in the bag. Looks up ice, sees off Hopkins, puts it past Edwards. Finlayson again. Onto the net of Coles, who just steers it out into the corner. Fairlong.
Oh, and he's bullied off it.
Yeah, well, he tried to find Jake Meehan there, but Meehan, another young kid, icing with the cage for Widnes today. Ord. Plenty of time, saw an opportunity to get the shot off. Wild try and play it up quickly. And loose passes and little nickaways like that is what the Warriors have done all day.
Yeah, they just disrupted anything that the Wild have tried to put together.
1 minute 45 remaining. Good. Sticking way by Edwards.
Well,
Ross. To Gregor.
oh, well, no, he's still got it. How has he got past him?
And that's what Widnes will be saying as Fraser takes a shot. Flash of the leather from Coles. We'll see it again now.
Yeah, feeds a puck, manages to get past, what, four players there? And still gives the puck to Fraser to have a shot. Meanwhile, we wait for this face-off. Scores around the league. We've just got an update from the end of the first period. Lions are leading 2-0 over the Hawks.
Will that be an interesting one?
And you can see the highlights of that, of course, in Drop the Puck highlights show. Oh, and another one goes in.
And this is horrible now if you're a Widnes fan, let's be honest.
Yeah, feeds across and the puck again bounces up in front of Coles. And the player just follows it round.
Well, just on the old roundup there, Gary.
Is that Finlayson?
Yeah, it's now 4-3 to the Billingham Stars against Solway Sharks.
So the score here is Widnes Wild 1, Whitley Warriors 8.
And it is Adam Finlayson who grabs that one. We're into the final minute now.
And the Wild can't wait for this buzzer to go.
Coles just sealing that out there.
Well, it's been a fruitful day for the Whitley Warriors and their travelling fans.
Well, yeah, but if you're a Wild fan, you know, how do you look forward to the next game?
A lot of work to do.
Face off. Wild, look up ice. 44 seconds left. Dump it in. Immediately recovered by Grigors. Great pass finds Ord.
30 seconds left. And,
Coulter.
they'll just soak up the clock now.
And Whitley, it is literally just looks up at the
20 seconds.
The clock there, and that was Lewis. Knows what he's doing. 15 now is a ticking away. Coulter dumps it away.
Yeah, 5, 4,
Edwards
3,
denied of an opportunity
2,
from Lewis.
1.
And that's the
buzzer.
game. And what a good result that is for the Whitley Warriors. That'll put some pressure on the Solway Sharks. Well, they're currently a goal down at Billingham. However, if you're a Wild fan, there's not much there to really take away from that game, Gary, if I'm honest with you.
Not really, because you've got to say to yourself, what? I mean, you can't even call that a learning curve. They got schooled today there by Whitley. They came here to do a job after that performance that they put on up there, only winning by 1 goal against the Wild. But the Wild, I mean, there's a lot to take from this. Hagger's got a lot of work to do.
There is, there's a lot of young kids on the ice there. Today they were looking like they were out of the depth at times, I'm sorry to say. There was a lot of sloppy passing out there. And let's be honest, that's where the Warriors did their work.
They're missing the lads, I think. They're missing that sort of that killer punch, that guy to go in and cause mayhem in the opposition's defence, put the puck on the net. It just seemed to be the take passing was a little bit lackadaisy. The final touches were a little bit off, and Warriors just dominated right from the off.
Well, they did. They came with a game plan. It was quite clear, and that was crush the net early, put as much rubber on net, and that's exactly what happened. And the Widnes defence were not able to keep the pressure off Finney, and finally it cracked, and that was it. Then the floodgates opened.
And possibly the inexperience of these young guys against such an experienced Whitley Warriors team. Maybe that the balance wasn't right.
Well, you've got guys like Kippin, Chalmers, Grigor. They've got experience, they know exactly what they're doing, and they use that today. There was gaps all over the ice at Widnes, and Whitley just exploited that.
So Solihull are going to be the visitors next week here at Plantage Widnes. I mean, what's Hagger going to do? He'll get a couple of players back. Hopefully, you'll get Jackson back off the suspension.
Yeah, hopefully Hyde will be back as well. Gilbert will be back.
So that might make the difference. But again, you've had your first home game. You've taken a defeat. So what is it now? They've had 1 win, 2 defeats.
Yeah.
So
not a great stepping stone for the Wild to start this season.
But a win next week could help them. It'll even things out a little bit. But what you've got to remember is what the other teams are doing. And right now, I mean, Nottingham Lions, who've been on the end of some bad results lately, they're currently winning. So I mean, if they come away with a win there, you're going to start seeing these bottom teams catching up.
Well, I was going to say, you're already starting to see the divide in the table. You've got your top tiers fighting out as per usual, your Whitleys and your Solways and your Billinghams, and then as you come down that mid-table, you get your Nottinghams, your Blackburns, your Widnesses, and right now, unfortunately, it's Solihull and Sheffield that are propping up the league. Who knows yet, but it's early days, Gary.
Yeah, well, the Wild was sitting going into this game mid-table. You don't want to be starting to fall so early down towards that trapdoor. You've certainly got to be trying to get some results, get the points on the board, start making an impression and start getting your game plans together. But when a team like Whitley comes to town, you've got to have your game plan ready, and they certainly didn't today, I don't think.
No. Well, guys, this is it's been a learning curve, like Gary said there, for the Widnes Wild. Again, thank you for purchasing this stream. The stream will be available for the Solihull Barons game next week. Make sure you're following all our socials and be able to get on the link and get those tickets early.
Yeah, and don't forget to catch the Drop the Puck highlights show, which will be out every Friday, where you can catch goals from today's game and other ones around the league as well. I've been Gary Lee.
I've been Ben Lee.
And we've been Drop the Puck.
Sprakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.